going to be very honest. Liverpool have rattled everybody after picking up all 3 points against Burnley. Not just against Burnley, but the other games as well. Against Arsenal, a late winner. Against Newcastle, a late winner. Against Bournemouth as well, a relatively late winner again. So Liverpool are churning out these results and rival fans are unhappy. We'll get into a reaction. I'll react to it and we'll just talk about Liverpool and their luck according to rival fans. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe and the like as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, let's roll the clip right now.
You know what? Lucky Pool FC, I'm sick and tired of them. Guys need to stop glazing that team. Liverpool is trash. Liverpool are so bad. I don't know why they keep on getting away with it. Oh my gosh. Salah. Stop it. You're not good. You do nothing the whole game and then you score. And then everyone starts screaming and shouting that you're the best. You're not the best. I'm sick and tired. Every single game, Liverpool keep on getting bailed out. Listen, I'm a Chelsea supporter. Yeah? And I will happily admit the only team I've seen play really well is Arsenal. Every other big team has been pony at a time. Spurs have been pretty decent at times. But Liverpool have been our arse. Because Liverpool just keep on getting the win. And it doesn't get talked about enough. That works. You see that works, brother? Forward watch. I don't care. He's on forward watch now. 100 blood clot M's and you're playing like that. Sorry. Liverpool need to get... My boys were saying this. It's not sustainable, this. It's not. Some could say as well with Chelsea, the way they're playing is not sustainable. We're going to get caught out. You guys are right. It's not. You guys need to get called out. If Chelsea's getting corn, Liverpool needs to get corn as well, respectfully.
So, what's your thoughts, Liverpool fans? Luckiest team, Verts is garbage. I heard all sorts in that clip, to be honest. I wanted to share it to you guys because this is the frustration of a lot of rival fans. I think he's watched Chelsea, which is quite funny because Chelsea... they're not in the title race. The sort of people getting frustrated aren't going to be anywhere near Liverpool to even be angry at this. I think only Arsenal fans really, maybe City fans as well, can be frustrated by Liverpool's knack of getting these wins. And to be honest, when I'm looking at the surface of these games, it's not like Liverpool are scamming their way to victory because they're always dominating the game. I think only against Bournemouth and Newcastle, probably Newcastle more so than any of the other games, I felt Liverpool got very lucky, very fortunate in the sense that Newcastle had a lot of chances. Another day it could have been 3 or 4. But that's football. When you think a team is going to sink under the pressure, when you think a team isn't going to rise above, don't do it when it's Liverpool because they always find a way, to be honest. And I've been watching this Liverpool team for many, many years. And it gets me sort of, looking at people and looking at the way people react to it. Kind of shocked because Liverpool have been doing this for years. It's not new. Liverpool get through title races through these big moments. It's nothing new. Think about the times where Liverpool have been close to Manchester City, the amount of last minute winners they had. It's just part of Liverpool. So this idea, a lot of people have it that Liverpool, this isn't going to be sustainable. This isn't going to last the whole season. We've seen this be sustainable before. It's just the Liverpool DNA to be able to push right until the end and manage to get the win, because ultimately Liverpool have far too many good players. You're looking across that lineup: Salah, Vert, Ekatike, Gakpo, Engamoa coming off the bench, Frimpong coming off the bench, Bradley as well, Gravenberch in the centre, McAllister, Soboslai. Look, they've got phenomenal players in there. They have talented players, and talented players find a way. And that's been the case not just with this Liverpool team, but the Liverpool teams of the past. They be finding ways. The Salahs, the Manes, the Firminos, the Fabinhos. We've seen people. Divock Origi was famous for it. Liverpool fans almost kind of have a name for Origi time, in a sense, against Everton, that time where it hit the bar and he nodded it in. Liverpool have been doing this. There's so many iconic moments in a Liverpool season where they get big winners, and every time it happens, people say the same thing. People are like, it's not sustainable. They're not going to have this for the whole season. They're not going to win the league. And what happens is they get very close to Manchester City on a couple of occasions. They win the league 2 other occasions. So this thing about Liverpool and their last minute winners being lucky, being not sustainable, they forced that. They forced the opportunity to come. They forced the issue. That's what good teams do. And Liverpool is a specialist at it. Fighting, going until the very end. Getting these opportunities in the last minute. Because, look, when you're passing the ball around, when you're taking shots from the edge of the box, These are the things that the stats don't pick up. They don't pick up those little minuscule sprints that the Burnley players had to do, the little minuscule sprints that the Arsenal players had to do. Look, when they're going for these winners, like I know Soboslai's one was a moment of magic, but like I said, they've been having these moment of magics in the past. It's nothing new. The Liverpool players can pull rabbits out the hat. They're just good players. But what I mean in specific to the Burnley game is they've got this knack of moving that ball around, taking pot shots from the edge of the box, forcing jittery moments, whether it's a cross in the box and it gets headed out. Those still count for a defender, a Burnley player having to be moved about. And ultimately, it tires the opposition. They're having to do repetitive actions and they can lose concentration. Look, the penalty which Salah scored, Hannibal loses concentration. He's charging out. He's very emotional in that state to go and get that ball. Ultimately, Liverpool earned the reward. Like, let's be honest, if Liverpool had walked away from that game and won 1-0 from the 60th minute, nobody would have complained. It's just that it's in those last moments that people are complaining. I literally, to be honest, have no sort of sympathy for rival fans, for myself as an Arsenal fan, to be annoyed at Liverpool because they deserve to win that game. It's as simple as that. They had some really nice moments. I can even remember off the top of my head, there was so many shots across goal. Ekatika could have gotten to a vert shot. I'm looking at the one where Chiesa was in the box, headed it wide. I'm looking at about a couple of times where Gakpo curled an effort and it hit the block or it went wide. I'm looking at Vert's head of the box opportunity to hit it. So Boschlei, brilliant hit, was saved by Dubravka. Look, this is off the top of my head. The corners as well. The amount of pressure they put on Burnley through those corners. I myself am remembering all these moments. And that just goes to show that Liverpool put so much pressure on Burnley and deserved to win. So this idea, this frustration that Liverpool are lucky that Wirtz played awful, that's another thing that I don't get, because I was watching that game. Wirtz was picking up the ball in some really nice pockets and he's very strong as well. He's not like he's going to get bundled over the ball. Look, Newcastle United away from home, anyone can get bullied in a midfield like that at St James's Park with how emotional it is. Even the best of players have struggled in that atmosphere. Let's not just say because it's Wirtz and he's new and he should be hitting the ground running, he's 120 million. No, a lot of the best players have struggled in that sort of atmosphere. It's the reality of things. That is what happens. Those games are tough. But in every other game where he's been asked to be physically competent, he's been physically competent. They tried to rough him up in there. I saw him being nimble, getting balls into the box, having some really nice moments of quality. So for me, the idea that Wirtz is a flop, that he's 005 or whatever they're going to try and make up from the media is not right, because there's so many moments where I see him pick up the ball and so much quality in his play. And it's going to get even better. He's going to click. He's going to get goals. He's going to get assists, because he's just a good player. That's the reality of it. And also looking, at the other games, I know I'm just talking about Burnley, but even Newcastle, Liverpool, nice passage of play. It was a beautiful goal. I think people are forgetting that Liverpool's last minute winner up against Newcastle was beautiful. It was beautiful. The passage of play, the final ball, the dummy from Szoboszlai for Engamoa to hit it was wonderful. That sort of goal was worthy of winning a match. So luck doesn't come into play. Luck would have been if Liverpool have launched it long, Nick Pope had come on, missed a punch, it dropped into Salah's path and he tapped it in. That's luck. That goal Liverpool scored against Bournemouth was quality, individual quality there from Engamoa to be calm. So Boschlei, individual quality. That goal is worthy of winning the game, no matter what minute it is in. Even though it's against my club, it did hurt. But it is what it is. You're looking at the first game against Bournemouth. Chiesa, that goal is worthy of winning any game. Salah as well, scoring the fourth, worthy of getting the game away from the opposition. So at every point where Liverpool have scored a goal, there's justification for it. It's not luck. They forced that issue. They made, the opposition have to respond to moments of magic. And that's a sign of a good team. So when people say, is this sustainable? I always point to the fact that Liverpool have been doing this for years. They've won titles winning off of moments before. I can remember so many that I'm not naming. I'm sure you Liverpool fans will name them for me. We're looking at the sort of Liverpool's play within those moments of magic, moments of pressing on the opposition to force them into a mistake. These are all things that the stats won't pick up, but they're very critical for Liverpool winning games. So for me, lucky, this isn't sustainable. I don't believe in anything of that at all. But until next time, peace.